Hello everyone, Don here with the next progress report of my Corsair project. Give you guys an idea what's been going on. Well, welcome to Meadville, Pennsylvania. The weather's been like this for over 2 weeks straight. Rainy, cloudy, windy. Today again, the windsock is, see if I can zoom in on it for you. Again, direct crosswind, 90 degrees. Picking up and going down, and it's been raining on and off since I got here. So right now it's pretty dry. It's quiet, no one here. But when I got here today, this is what I came to. Got a little Hughes in here, got a Mooney in here, and then of course the other two planes. And of course my airplane is back there. So today I was just more or less looking to come down here and put it back together. Remember my last video I mentioned pulling the stick out to try to take some of the bend out of it. What I ended up doing was I only needed to take, I should have brought my light over, I only needed to take the bend out of the stick. 1 second folks, I'll give you some light here. There we go. The bottom of the stick has a bend in it. If you can see my finger down here, and then the other bend up here. All I did was took a few degrees of bend out of that bottom one, and what that did is it pushed this top stick forward, and it also gave that handle a little bit of an angle. If I would have bent this one here, it would have bent it back more and made it straight. So I figured let me just try and bend this out first. So I did move it quite a bit. It probably moved 2 to 3 inches at the top of the handle. So that's pretty much neutral right there. If you can see the instrument panel, it's just that's about neutral elevator. So now I have a reference point. But now when it comes all the way back into my stop, this is like that far from touching my stomach now, and it feels more comfortable with this slight forward angle on it. So that worked out fine. All right, and then the other thing I did, let me get around the other side of the plane real quick. Is I had to pull the radio out because of a microphone wasn't working. Well, I'd since taken the headset home and fixed the mic problem. I think it was just a dirty connection at the actual microphone out here. So, but what I did is these wires were always a pain in my butt, flopping around. So as you can see, I ended up putting some little plastic clamps there and some tie wraps to hold the harness to keep the strain. It's hard to work this with one hand, but keep the strain off of these wires going into the radio. And then there's the push-to-talk, where the push-to-talk mic goes down inside, and I tied all that stuff out of the way. So now everything's kind of nice and neat here. Should keep things out of my keep it out of my way. So, and then I had one person comment on the framework on my windshield bow, saying that it looked like they were bent out and he'd never seen any look like that. Well, they were. So what I did today, here they are. I just kind of brought my cutoff wheel and I just buzzed them off. Got rid of them altogether, which will give me a better view out of the windshield now when I'm starting to taxi and fly and get the tail up so I can actually see out of it. Been getting some bug splatters on here from all the taxi and testing, but so I popped that off, took care of those. So just gonna, these are just thin pieces of aluminum with some rubber on the back to keep them from chafing on the windshield. So that's what I got accomplished today. It's pretty cool out here. It's only low 50s. Looks like my lens might be fogging up just a little bit, but that's what I did. I had every intention, when I left the house, the winds were real calm. It was not raining. It did rain a little bit at the house, so I figured I might be able to get this out and do some more taxi tests, see if I can get it up to speed and get that tail off the ground. But because of the on and off rain and being packed in here behind all this other stuff, I figured, well, no sense bothering. I could get it out. I mean, they got a tow bar on this thing, so I could move it out, but I don't want to bother. It's like I said, it's kind of cool today, and it's rain keeps coming and going. The wind's directly 90-degree crosswind, so I'm going to give up on that venture today. One other thing. In the comment section, there was a person, a comment was by somebody going by capital S, capital R, SR. And they were sent me a comment saying something about their comments not being seen, or you couldn't see their comments, but they went through and looked at the comments and seen that they were all still there. Someone had told them that I was deleting comments or something like that. Let me tell you right up front, I don't delete any comments. If your comments don't show up in the comment sections because YouTube has flagged it for something, some reason, I have no idea what their censorships are for flagging comments. Occasionally I do go in and I check comments held over for review, but they don't tell you when they're being held over. And I went in there and there was a couple from months ago, so I ended up deleting them, but it wasn't in there. So then I tried to find that SR channel and I couldn't find it. It's like it's not even on YouTube anymore. So, but the person, I'd seen that person comment many times before, and I probably answered or give them a thumbs up, letting you know. Whenever you see a thumbs up from me, I don't know if it shows that, it just shows that someone liked it. That's my my thing to tell you that I saw your comment, I read it, and I give you a thumbs up just to verify that it's been seen. I acknowledge it basically, but if it's something that pertains that I feel requires a response, then I respond to them, as many of you see. So right up front, I do not block, I have not blocked anybody from my channel. I have not removed any comments from my channel whatsoever. I just don't bother with it. I mean, if someone makes a bad comment, I'll let you guys deal with them. I'm not here to piss around with trolls. So that being said, whoever it is, SR, I'm sorry this happened to you, and you know, if you want to leave more comments again, if you're still watching, you know, feel free to leave them, but I had nothing to do with any removal of comments. So and I don't remove them, period. I don't care. It's just not my thing. So I think that's about all I can do today. It took me a while to get that stick back in and deal with that and tying the wires back up out of the way. So like I said, the weather here has just been nasty. The rest of this week is still going to be cloudy, rainy, windy, and the temperatures are dropping. Every time I get up in the morning, we're in the mid to low 40s, and the high today is only supposed to be around 55, and I think we're at that limit now, which isn't bad today. My plane does have heat, you know, because the radiator, there's a duct here in the back side of this radiator that puts heat into the cabin, so I can heat it up. But it's not going to be comfortable trying to wear a heavy coat. I'm just going to have to wear a sweatshirt when I come out. But I was hoping to get it out today, but because of all this other stuff in the way, I'm not going to bother with it. And it took way too long for me to get this stuff all back together and tied out of the way. I've been here a couple hours, and I think I'm about ready to head for home. So I don't think there's anything else other than whenever the weather gets nice, you know, I'm going to get down here and get it back outside. So right now this weather is, I don't see any end to it. We've been sopped in with overcast skies and rain for over 2 weeks now, and the temperature has dropped. I mean, I think the last day I was out here it was 80 degrees when I made that last video with this camera on my helmet, or on my headset, and it's the next day it dropped 35 degrees, so it was down in the 50s the very next day, 40s actually. So, and it's been like that for the last 2 weeks. Today's Monday the 16th. I will get this posted out tonight so you guys can see that. But I was hoping to get it out. If these things weren't here, I'd probably take it out and test it out and see what it does. But again, the winds are coming and going, but it's, for the most part, I think it would have been alright to get a couple of runs in. So I think I got everything buttoned back up. Got everything repinned, safety wired. There was only 2 bolts that came out on the stick, and then I had to plug all the wiring back in for the push to talk, elevator trim. There's an aileron trim wiring in there, but it's not hooked up because I don't have any aileron trim yet. And then the flaps switches on there, or the elevator trim 4 and 1/2's on there, push to talk's on there, and then there's power wire. So there's like 3 or 4 harnesses in there, and then ailerons which aren't hooked up. So Had to plug all that stuff back in, put all the clamps back down, and then I went through and clamped all the wires up as you've seen, and put the seat floor back in, put the cover back in, and it's ready to go again, folks. So as soon as I can get a nice day, we'll see what tomorrow looks like. I don't know. I'm going to go see the manager. He's working today. I'm going to see when he expects what these guys are up to, probably because of the weather. Tomorrow they're not calling for any rain. They're just calling for overcast, cloudy, and light breeze. So tomorrow's actually supposed to be better than today. I think they're calling for mid to upper 50s, and then by Wednesday or Thursday 65. But those days I'm not available. I gotta work in the afternoon. So, all right, folks. As always, appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, and remember, I will answer them if I think that they need to be answered. For anybody new to these videos, most of these questions have already been answered years ago. You just need to go back through my channel and look at some videos, and it'll kind of give you an idea where this thing started, 12, 13 years ago. So, all right, appreciate everyone watching them and all the likes and comments. So keep them coming, and I'll try to get you some content here as soon as we get a break in this weather. And maybe tomorrow, folks. If you don't hear me tomorrow, then it didn't work out. So, all right, I'm going to go get this thing uploaded for tonight, and we'll see you guys the next time. So for now, this is Dino Don out.